Batman is indeed an absolute badass. How much so? Well, to be honest, I don't have enough time here on this video to tell you. Instead, what we tried to do was a very difficult task of narrowing down the 10 most badass Batman moments ever, and trust me, that was a real chore. So let's take a look at them. As I'm Jules, this is WhatCulture.com, and these are the 10 most badass Batman moments ever. Number 10. Batman paints a room and himself yellow to antagonize Green Lantern. All-Star Batman and Robin number 9. In this Batman yarn from DC Comics All-Star imprint, which reimagined the humble beginnings of many, many heroes, Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern, is sent to try and talk some sense into Batman, as his methods, which is pretty much scaring the bejesus out of everyone, are giving superheroes a bit of a bad name. Batman is surprisingly cordial and agrees to sit down with Hal and hear out his concerns. I'm kidding, because of course this version of Batman, which according to writer Frank Miller is the same as The Dark Knight Returns, is having none of that. Before Hal shows up, Batman engages in questionable child labor practices and has Robin paint an entire room canary yellow. And when I say everything, I mean everything. The walls, the floor, the ceiling, the furniture, everything is painted yellow, even the Dark Knight and the Boy Wonder themselves. This is also that Hal Jordan cannot use his power ring against them when he tells Hal that he has no plans to change his methods regardless of what he threatens. And he even goes so far as to drink lemonade right in front of Hal to drive the point home, all the while showing his inner monologue berating the Green Lantern Corps for having a primary color as their only weakness. Number 9. Batman fights Jaws and wins. Batman number 251. So Batman has faced off against creatures big and small many times over, but the most impressive display of the Bat triumphing over Mother Nature has to be in Joker's 5-way revenge. In this story, the Joker is knocking off his prior associates one by one for snitching and sending him to the loony bin. Batman, with his strong sense of morality, can't let the Joker follow through with his plans to kill these men, as murder is indeed still murder, even if the victims are utter scumbags. Batman comes to the rescue of Joker's final target, a reformed, wheelchair-bound former henchman who is being suspended above a tank containing a great white shark. The Joker is able to subdue the Dark Knight and strips him of his utility belt, slaps some handcuffs on him, and then dumps the Batman into a tank of water with the shark, because simply killing him in a less grandiose manner wouldn't be as nearly entertaining. Of course, even nature's most efficient killer is no match for the Caped Crusader, who manages to kill the ferocious predator with nothing but the handcuffs. Number 8. Batman buries the KGBEAST alive. Batman number 420. So, it's the height of the Cold War. Ivan Drago has just lost to Rocky, and the Russian and Cuban army had just been beaten by a bunch of high school kids. Mother Russia is none too pleased about all of this, so they sent an assassin with the not-so-subtle name of the KGBEAST to kill 10 high-ranking US officials, including scientists, military figures, and politicians, culminating in their final target, the then-President Ronald Reagan. The KGBEAST proves to be ruthlessly effective at his job, going as far as poisoning an entire banquet, killing over 100 people in order to ensure that he got to his target. Of course, Batman springs into action, only for the KGBEAST to elude his grasp for 3 issues, during which the KGBEAST cuts off his own hand in order to escape the Caped Crusader's clutches. Batman is then informed that even if he does manage to capture the KGBEAST, it's unlikely that he will ever be punished, as he'll be able to avoid prosecution due to pesky diplomatic immunity. So, during their final confrontation, Bat traps the Beast in a room deep within Gotham's labyrinthine sewer system. As the KGBEAST attempts to goad Batman into entering the room and engaging in a fight to the death with him, Batman simply shrugs off the Beast's proddings, locking and then barricading the only way out of the room. Number 7. Batman takes out superpowered Martians with some matches. JLA issues 1-4. During the New World Order story arc, a group of superpowered individuals calling themselves the Hyper Clan shows up on Earth and makes it their mission to make the Justice League look bad by simply being absolutely, unequivocally better than them. With public opinion in the Justice League starting to wane in favor of these new mysterious superheroes, the Justice League investigates the Hyper Clan and discovers that they're actually using mind control to manipulate the public, which of course leads to the two teams punching the absolute crap out of one another. Batman is taken out early and is actually presumed dead, after his bat plane crashes during the battle. Eventually, all of the Justice League is defeated and are taken to the Hyper Clan's stronghold to be tortured. But of course, Batman isn't dead, and while undercover, deduces that the Hyperclan are actually evil white Martians, which means that they're actually susceptible to fire. He slinks around their stronghold, knocking off members of the Hyperclan one by one, using nothing but a can of gasoline and some matches. The leader of the Hyperclan, unable to comprehend just how awesome Batman is, starts to freak out and question why his team of superpowered aliens can't stop one mere human. A weakened Superman casually explains to him that Batman is the most dangerous man on the planet, and that makes him a pure badass. Number 6. Batman decks one of the new gods. Cosmic Odyssey. So in the late 1980s, DC brought all of their major players together for a crossover event that they christened Cosmic Odyssey. The basic premise of this story was that Darkseid, a powerful nutjob with an ego so big he wants the entire universe modeled after himself, finds the catatonic body of the new god Metron. This is a pretty big deal because it signifies that something incredibly powerful is floating around out there, and Darkseid, being the egomaniac that he is compelled to destroy it because he can't stand the thought of something else out there being better than him. So in order to achieve this, Darkseid decides to let bygones be bygones and teams up with the Highfather, the ruler of the rival planet New Genesis. The two of them enlist the best superheroes out there, including a mix of superpowered Earthlings like Superman and Green Lantern. And also Batman because he's bloody Batman. This ragtag team eventually finds out that the being that they are hunting is the anti-life equation, which only wants the opposite of life, as its name would indeed imply. So therefore Earth's heroes and the new gods essentially run around disarming planet-destroying antimatter bombs for a fair few issues. And in the end, a second-class new god named Forager sacrifices his life to save Batman and the entire universe. Orion, the alpha male of the new gods, makes a crack about how Forager wasn't so useless after all, and it's here where Batman goes full badass. He straight up decks him in the face for being a jerk. Even Supes can't believe that Batman had the audacity to punch a new bloody god. It just goes to show you that Batman doesn't care who you are, you bloody well mind your manners when you're around him. Number 5. Batman knocks out Guy Gardner with a single punch. Justice League number 5. So Guy Gardner may be one of the most annoying characters in the entire DC universe, mainly due to his backup status as Green Lantern. But nevertheless, he still wields a power ring, a powerful weapon used by the Lanterns that enables them to manifest anything that they can imagine. Somebody with that sort of power would be a force to be reckoned with for anyone, but Batman clearly doesn't care about such trivial things. The Dark Knight has never met a man, woman, alien, animal, or creature that he's not afraid of, and the whiny, obnoxious, and occasional sexist Guy Gardner certainly isn't any exception. So in Justice League number 5, Guy Gardner is pitching a hissy fit over the fact that Batman is the leader of the Justice League and not him. After sulking and bad-mouthing the Caped Crusader for a fair few issues, Batman has had enough and challenges Guy to a fight to settle their beef once and for all. Guy agrees, and Batman knocks him out cold with just one punch. While the other members of the Justice League can't believe what they just witnessed, Batman calmly walks away to attend a meeting. Number 4. A long courtship with the Sinestro Corps. Various comics. The Sinestro Corps are essentially the evil version of the Green Lantern Corps. Whereas the Green Lanterns are a sort of intergalactic police force that preserve justice throughout the galaxy, the Sinestro Corps manipulate their targets' fears for nefarious purposes. These powers are represented by a color found on the emotional spectrum, with the Green Lanterns deriving their power from green, obviously, which represents willpower, while the Sinestro Corps utilize the color yellow, which represents fear. Only those who exhibit the greatest ability to instill fear in their opponents are deemed worthy enough to wield the yellow power ring. And given that Batman's whole shtick is about instilling fear in criminals, it comes as no surprise that he's offered a membership. So Batman's candidacy is first hinted at in Green Lantern Rebirth number 5, where the entity known as Parallax senses a disciple nearby, which is heavily implied to be Batman. Later, when Scarecrow is inducted into the Sinestro Corps in Blackest Night number 6, he mentions that Batman is the only one who can scare him, something that not even the Black Lanterns, which were zombified versions of fallen Lanterns whose sole purpose it is to scare people, could do. Finally, in Green Lantern number 17, Batman is chosen to be the first Sinestro Corps representative of Sector 2814. And in Forever Evil number 4, Bruce demonstrates that he is more than capable of wielding this yellow ring of power, despite having no prior training. His ability to instill fear is so great that Sinestro himself is impressed with him and thinks that Batman would be a great Yellow Lantern. Let's just hope that Batman continues to fight for justice, otherwise, well, we're all going to be screwed. Number 3. Batman outsmarts Prometheus. JLA World War III. So Prometheus is essentially the opposite of Batman. His parents were dirty hippies who murdered and committed crimes indiscriminately with their son in tow. Their crime spree ended when law enforcement finally tracked them down and riddled them with bullets, something that Prometheus witnessed, making him promise to himself that he would make it his life's mission to kill anyone who upholds the law. And what does Batman do? Well, he is the bloody law. So Prometheus clashed with the Caped Crusader a handful of times and proved himself to be a worthy adversary. And it turned out that the helmet that he wears was capable of downloading skills and strategies directly into his brain, kind of like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix, which gave him a significant advantage in battle. To get around this, Batman tinkers with Prometheus's headgear, replacing all of the fancy fighting abilities with programs that affect his body, basically weakening all of his muscles to the point that he can't fight back. When Prometheus declares that Batman has cheated, Batman simply retorts, not cheating, winning. Number 2, Batman beats Superman by making him more powerful. Tower of Babel. Despite being friends, or air quotes friends at least, Batman and Superman have indeed traded blows more often than not. Even though the man from Krypton boasts abilities above and beyond what Batman could ever hope to achieve through physical training and gadgets, Bats has proven time and time again that he is more than capable of taking down the big blue Boy Scout. And while he definitely has relied on his suits of armor and various kryptonites, there's actually one other instance of Batman destroying Superman in a truly badass way. So in 2000's Tower of Babel story arc, Batman reveals that he has a meticulous plan for taking out every single member of the Justice League, you know, just in case. And when you pepper in some meddling by Ra's al Ghul, well, he has to actually enact some of them. And in order to take down Superman, he synthesizes red kryptonite, which has the opposite effect of the green variety in that it makes Superman stronger. Now, this may seem at first counterintuitive, but it actually makes Superman's skin translucent, making him absorb much more solar radiation than even he can handle. Superman's powers become dangerously unstable, and it causes him an immense amount of pain. In addition to being just gross to look at, it takes all of Superman's concentration to keep from exploding due to all of the excess energy he's now absorbed, proving that Batman's genius intellect can trump even Superman's brawn any day. And number 1 throws Lois Lane off of a building to beat Superman. Hush. During the Hush story arc, Batman discovers that Poison Ivy has taken control of Superman using her mind control powers, and is using her Man of Steel puppet to eliminate the Dark Knight. With the last son of Krypton hot on his heels, Batman deduces that Superman is subconsciously trying to suppress Poison Ivy's control, meaning that the real Clark was still floating around in there somewhere. So Bats comes up with a Hail Mary plan to break Poison Ivy's control over the big blue Boy Scout. While Batman distracts Superman with haymakers courtesy of a kryptonite ring, Bats then instructs Catwoman to kidnap Lois Lane and bring her to the top of the Daily Planet building. Once Catwoman has Lois in her possession, Batman stops pummeling Superman and has Catwoman enact the second part of the plan, and that is to drop Lois off the side of the bloody building. Seeing the love of his life plummeting to her death is enough to break free of Poison Ivy's control, and Superman speeds off to catch her from becoming a Lois Lane pancake on the sidewalk. Batman has no idea that this plan would actually work though, demonstrating that he is willing and able to do anything necessary in order to benefit the greater good. By his own admission, Batman is not a nice guy, but you know what he is? Was a true badass. And there we go, my friends. Those were the 10 most badass Batman moments ever. I hope that you enjoyed that, and please let me know what you thought about it down in the comments section below. As always, I've been Jules. You can go follow me over on Twitter at RetroJ or over on Instagram, which is at RetroJ_Insta, where I do all of my Warhammer model painting, and it'd be great to see you over there. As always, I've been Jules. You have been awesome, and never forget that, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.